think Congress and the American people have to think that a CIO position, Chief Information Officer position, stands for chaos, ineptness, and outrage. After what we've learned this morning, CIO is an important position to protect the integrity of information data. I think you have, what, Mr. King, 139 million records that you possess, personal information, $1.2 trillion of information on people who have student loans, and anyone who's applied, I guess, has all that background information. At the very least, Ms. Bruce, Mr. Harris was acting improperly, according to your investigation. I think there's been some hair splitting here on whether it was a business or a hobby. You found information that it was a business, I think, in your investigation, did you not, Ms. Bruce?
That's correct.
Yeah. And I guess also, if you don't report the income on your disclosure, that's financial disclosure, that's also a violation. Ms. Bruce?
Yes, according to 5 U.S.C. Act 104, although the department has decided that because it was not done knowingly and willfully, it doesn't pursue a civil action, knowingly only has to be established to do administrative.
And it was corrected after the fact. Is that not correct? That's
correct.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Harris, you're a senior executive service position. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
Yeah. And you've been the CIO since 2008. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
And every year since 2008, well, we'll take you to 2011, the FSMA audit contains findings of failure of the protection of the records and all of the information you're charged with, according to what we have. That's correct. And in that time, you received bonuses of $116,000, according to our report. That's just part of the record, right, Mr. Harris?
That is correct.
This whole investigation started in December of 2011. In the meantime, you received bonuses in 2012 of $17,000, 2013, $17,000, 2014. During all that time period, the information I have is your performance, the job you were hired for as the Chief Information Officer, you had failing evaluations. Is that correct?
That is not correct, sir.
It's correct to the information that we have. The only information we had just now is, like Mr. King mentioned, that since January they've done better. But it appears you've actually failed in your mission. First, your ethics, Ms. Winchell gave you as much cover as she possibly could, but your ethics were questionable. Ms. Bruce also said that your activities were not proper. There is no reason, Mr. King, why Mr. Harris shouldn't be fired. He's a senior executive service officer. He's failed continually since he took the position. I don't think you could find more ineptness or misconduct with any senior employee that's come before us, and then rewarded for it. It's so offensive. And Ms. Winchell says, well, maybe we should discuss moving him to another position. Well, that's what's wrong with this whole system, is he can fail every time, getting huge salaries. Plus, he's got his little businesses or hobbies, whatever you want to call it, on the side, all the ethical questions that have been raised, and you leave him in that position. The worst thing would be to put him in another position and continue to get the high salaries and bonuses. Mr. King?
Congressman, respectfully, what I can attest to is the dramatic progress since I arrived at the
Dramatic
department
progress.
in January
Who
2015.
approved the bonuses for him when he was failing? Were you involved? You were a deputy, weren't you?
I was not present at the department. I
You
joined,
were not.
I joined,
That it would be the secretary that approves the bonuses? Who approved the bonuses? Even while he's under investigation, there should be at least a suspension of the bonuses.
he was previously supervised
But he
by
failed
Deputy
every
Secretary-
time. Every single time since 2008. The only time we've had any success reported is what you reported from January, and that's only because the chairman conducted a hearing and we hammered you last year. I yield back the balance of my time.
I think the